Hey guys, this is Echo Soundworks, and you're checking out a first look video on ADSR. So in this video, we'll be checking out Sample Magic's new plugin Boost. So this format is going to be a little bit different for the first look. I'm going to chop it up into different sections because I think you'll get more information in a more efficient manner that way. So let's just dive right in. All right, so what is Boost? Boost is a mix finalizing plugin. Think Ozone 7, think Sausage Fattener, Punished by Heaviosity, I Am Pusher, those styles, that style of plugin. It's something that you can use to add volume, loudness, weight, color, stereo width to your mixes. And the whole idea of Boost is to allow you to do those things very efficiently and quickly, but also give you enough control to dial in your own sound. All right, and speaking of controls, there are 8 different controls plus these 4 on-off switches on Boost interface. You have the compress knob, which is a multi-band compressor. You have color, which is basically equalization. You have stereo, which is a stereo enhancement tool, and then finally a limiter. You also have a boost and brick button on the left and right of the plugin, as well as the in and out. So the controls, fairly straightforward, fairly simple, but they still offer musical results, which is what you want in this type of plugin. All right, so I'm gonna spend about 2-3 minutes talking about Boost's competitors because in the next section of this first look, I'm gonna talk about the interesting features to Boost. And that will carry more weight if you realize that some of these features don't exist in the competing products. So let's talk about the competing products because I kind of want to bundle this into why you would buy Boost, right? So the competing products would be on the far right end of the spectrum where it's very expensive and it's also there's so much more flexibility in terms of what you're doing, what you're giving, would be like a plugin or a suite like Ozone 7, more specifically Ozone 7 Advanced. That's the type of plugin suite that you could literally spend hours getting lost in. There's that much to go over. So that's kind of on the far right. The far left would be the sausage fattener, which is right here, where there's only 2 controls and it's $29. I think that's pretty much as cheap as it gets for a mix finalizer type plugin. So Boost is in the middle, okay? It has about 8 or 9 individual controls. It's not like Ozone 7. It's not like Sausage Fattener. It's kind of like the I Am Pusher in terms of how many controls you get, but the controls are different. So if you guys don't know what I Am Pusher is, it's made by Waves. I believe it's $49 typically, so Boost is around $59. So they're very close in terms of that. Now, if you look at I Am Pusher, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different knobs. On Boost, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then plus these little 2 right here, 7, 8. So it's very, very similar, right? But you'll notice if you look at these, you have different controls, and some are similar. Like you have the stereo image. You have limiter, which is kind of like this push. You also have the magic, which is kind of like your color. And then body and highs, kind of separated EQ, that sort of stuff, right? So if you're kind of like, well, why would I buy Boost? Well, you'd buy Boost or this type of plugin, because it can help you get bigger sounding mixes quicker. And I know some of you will kind of scoff at the idea and be like, well, why wouldn't you just have it mastered or learn to master? Well, sometimes you don't have time. Sometimes you just want to take the mix out to the car or some other speakers and not have to, crank your volume up to like 40 or 60 to hear it. And you want to compare it to your track, your reference track. It's an easier way to do it. Now, it's also great on groups like drum groups and that sort of stuff. All right, some of the unique features of Boost that really jumped out at me was first and foremost, it was the presets. And some of you are going to be like, presets? Well, hear me out here. For instance, if I load up the I Am Pusher, and I'm not trying to shit on the I Am Pusher. It's actually a cool plugin. I like it. But let's load it up real quick. If I go to one of the presets, D went north. I don't know what the hell that sounds like. I don't know who D is, and I don't know what north sounds like. Okay, if we go down here, Demons of Pain. Again, I don't know. I'd have to go through and play those all on my mix and see how they sound. Well, these are organized in a way that makes sense. So the light, you have Bright Pump, which is what I'm on right now, Crisp Master, Final Touch, Light Master, etc. These different categories, light, medium, heavy, and extreme, those are ways to be like, okay, it's kind of like asking you, do you have a boatload of compression on your mix? Do you have everything grouped out? Like, are your synths on a group or your drums on a group? And do you have group compression on them? Well, if you do, you probably want to use light if you're putting this on your mix bus, your master. If you don't, maybe medium or heavy. There's also a tracking, which is kind of cool. So you can have limiter slam, so you're not clipping, stereo width, that sort of stuff. There's also individual instruments, which you could, of course, load up on individual tracks. Let's say you're tracking an acoustic guitar, right? Or a bass or a piano, that sort of stuff. So another really interesting feature of Boost is the musicality of the stereo knob. So let's check it out on this mix. And as we go, I'm going to turn up from 0%, which would basically just be what you have set on a track level and a mix level. And then 100% is going to enhance the stereo image, making it wider. So let's check it out. All right, so as you just saw and heard, it's really hard to actually ruin the integrity of your mix, even when you push the stereo control up high. So another thing I really like about Boost that's unique, that kind of makes it stand out from the rest of the pack, is that this knob right here that says compress, it's actually a multi-band compressor. The color, it's actually a few different stages of equalization. Now, the presets are actually very important in Boost because they change the starting points of different parameters within the compress knob or the color knob. So let's put it this way. One preset may start at this ratio, like a ratio of 3:1, and one may start at 4:1. So it's not just a one knob fits all. And that obviously would take time to program by Sample Magic and to get it to kind of fit the parameter that is, like light, heavy, extreme, that sort of stuff. So that's actually really interesting. Now, there's actually a secret key command, actually, that will open that element of Boost. I'm not sure if Sample Magic has released that information. So if they have and it's cool to post it, I will in the comments. If not, stay tuned or try to figure it out for yourself. The final really helpful, unique feature in Boost is that it's kind of like idiot-proof with this brick button here. When you turn this on, it's actually going to be really hard, if not impossible, to get your mix to actually clip and go on the red. I'll show you what I mean. So let's load up a preset, and we'll go to heavy. Let's do severe volume. So my voice is going to get louder. Now turn your monitors down or your headphones down because this is going to be quite loud right now, but I want to show you what I mean. So I don't have brick turned on. I'm assuming my mix is going to be pinging in the red. All right, it's at 10.7, so we're just going to turn that off immediately. I hope you did turn down your volume before we did that. But let's turn on the brick now and have it on the exact same setting. I mean, it's pumping like crazy, but that's cool because if you're new to this, if you've never really messed around having a mix finalizing plugin or a pseudo mastering chain on your bus, your master bus, this is really helpful and cool because it makes it so you can't actually screw it up too bad. right, there you guys go. There is a first look at Sample Magic Boost. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm Echo Sowers. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.